Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, and I'm back with another Star Wars figure review. Today I have from the 6-inch scale Black Series 2-pack. This is the Target exclusive POE Dameron and First Order Riot Control Stormtrooper. A great pack. Really happy to find this in my local Target stores and add these figures to my 6-inch collection. One of the figures is basically a repack of the regular Stormtrooper, but again, you can never have too many Stormies. So let's get the figures out of the way for a moment. Let's give you a look at the packaging. It's pretty not much different from the regular packaging of the single box figures, just obviously bigger to accommodate the second figure. You have Star Wars the Black Series. You have your window box there, which would enclose the two characters. Nice cool images of Poe and the Trooper. You have your warning, choking hazard, Hasbro logos, and then you see POE Dameron and First Order Riot Control Stormtrooper. Again, this side just names the characters again, and nothing much on the top. Again, this little text there. Notice there's no numbers on these. I'm assuming that that's because this is a store exclusive. I could be wrong, but that's just my thinking. And we go over here again, Star Wars the Black Series. And little right up there, POE Dameron. An ace pilot, POE Dameron is a leader in the resistance fight against the evil First Order. He soars into battle behind the controls of a modern X-Wing fighter. And same thing, different languages. Again, First Order Riot Control Stormtrooper. Armed with specialized weapons, the First Order's Riot Control Stormtroopers are trained to subdue crowds in the most ruthlessly efficient manner possible. Sounds like nasty guys. And same image there. Again, all your different languages and that stuff. Mumbo jumbo. Disney logos, Hasbro logos. Okay. Now that's it for the packaging. Let's get on to the figures themselves. So we have the Trooper, and we have our POE Dameron. So, like I said, this is a Target exclusive 2-pack. And since I've gotten this, I've been in that same Target I think 2 or 3 more times, and these have been on the shelves. These have been constantly stocked up with these, so it doesn't seem like there's any trouble finding these 2-packs in stores, which is good. And hopefully you guys in your local areas are finding this pack as well, because it's a very good pack. Okay, we're gonna start off with the Riot Control Stormtrooper first, because it's basically a repack of the regular Stormtrooper, just with a couple extra accessories. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, especially since the regular Trooper has been so hard to find in like physical stores. So overall, it's the exact same figure. There's not much more to say about him as far as the sculpting, the paint, the articulation. It's exactly the same. So I'm not going to go over that again. I'll just give you a quick overview just to show you here what he looks like. Very clean, basic white and black. Okay. Articulation, like I said, is the same, so I'm not going to go over that again. He does come with two of the same accessories that the other figure came with, which are the blasters. So you have this gun here, the blaster rifle, okay, and the blaster pistol. Okay. Nothing new there. Now, the other 2 accessories being the Riot Shield and the baton or billy club, whatever you want to call it. It's not listed on the packaging. Now, he is packaged with these accessories, just like this in the packaging. I will say one thing: the shield is really on there tight, and in the packaging, at least when I took mine out, this strap here is pushed really up further above the elbow joint, and it really is a struggle. It would have been nice if they just put like some clips or something, or some way of getting the shield off a little easier, because it's really tricky to get on. It's a pain in the you-know-what to get off It is removable, so if you want to, you know, take it off and just leave it off and just leave it as a regular Stormtrooper, you know, you take this away, you take the baton away, you just get a regular Stormtrooper. You could just do it like that. I think I'll probably leave it like that just to have a little differences in my New Order rankings there. But it's just going to take a little effort, and you want to be careful because you don't want to break the wrists or any other pieces. But you do, at least, if you're going to leave the shield on, you want to at least move it down so that it's not covering the elbow joint, because it is going to hinder the articulation there if it's over there. So it's there. It moves fairly well with the figure. It's nicely sculpted. I wish it were maybe a little longer. It is kind of reminiscent of the old McQuarrie design, but yeah, I wish it were maybe a little longer, because that's how that was. But it's pretty cool. It's, you know, black, white. You got the little bit of like silver paint right there, and it'll be interesting to see these guys, you know, in action utilizing these. Okay. But you know, it's a shield. It's not overly exciting, but it looks cool. Then we have the baton, or you know, billy club, whatever you want to call it. But certainly things we've seen with other kind of law enforcement kind of figures, or military police or whatever. So it's really cool looking. I think it's really well sculpted. We got white, black, a little red in there, a little silver on the handle. Okay, and it's just really nice looking. I really like the design. It looks very it's very recognizable as a baton or billy club, but it is at the same time very Star Wars like. It's given that Star Wars twist. It looks like something that you would see in a Star Wars movie, which we will in what, about 6 weeks, six weeks, something like that, away from the movie. So very cool. Now I want to show you something. When it's actually packaged, they have it like this in the packaging, and he holds it okay, but it's kind of loose. The preferred way, I think it is meant to be held more like this underneath, and he can hold it a little better like that, and I'm going to show you, because I saw another review and they were like, oh, this guy just doesn't hold it too well and it's kind of a bummer. There's a little groove, there's a little indentation like right here. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'm going to try and show you as best you can. And then with this part of the hand here, if you put it, and you can kind of wedge the fingers into that little groove, and that allows him to hold it a lot better. It's not going to be as sturdy as, say, the blaster guns, but that's a lot more sturdier than I saw that this other reviewer did. So it's just, you know, so just see, it does fall out still, but he can hold it. You know, you just got to play around with it, and you just kind of get it in there. There we go. See, but he can hold it if you just get it right. You know, he doesn't hold it as sturdy as the blaster, like I said, but he holds it pretty well if you use that little trick. I don't know if that was specifically designed that way, or if it's just something I figured out. I don't know. But there you go. But that's the Riot Control Stormtrooper. Like I said, it's the same as the regular figure. Now let's go on to the other figure, which is the POE DAMERON. This is a really cool looking figure. And, you know, I know in the second wave we're getting a version of him in his pilot uniform. I haven't found that yet, so it's nice to have some version of Poe. And just the sculpting on this guy, and he's got that jacket with great wrinkles, and the shirt underneath, it looks like there's some wear, maybe some dirt. Pants, looks like maybe some sand or something, I'm not sure, on the pants. And it's just really, really well done. It's nicely sculpted. And you just get all the wrinkles, and I like the sculpting on the hair is well done. And we got little red patches on the shoulder and up here on the jacket. And I just love the little color variation. We got this sort of like yellowish cream color here. We got the silver on the buckle. And nice black boots. Could have used a little extra paint on the boots, but you know, not a big deal. Overall, really well done. One thing I want to point out, that they did give him a kind of 5 o'clock shadow, and it looks pretty good. I did not pay attention to this when I was picking mine out, but they kind of missed a little paint right there. It looks like he, did he start to shave and he was called into battle and he's like, God dang it. And, so that's just a little unfortunate. I was checking on the Stormtrooper to make sure the Stormtrooper looked okay, but I didn't notice whether the facial paint was done. So if there's a couple on the shelf, you know, maybe check that out. But yeah, we'll live with it. Okay. He does have 2 accessories. One is his blaster rifle, and he holds that pretty well. And it's really nicely sculpted. Okay, it looks like it's got some wear to it. It's like mostly silver, but there's a little, I don't know what, kind of yellowish, brownish. I don't know if that's supposed to be like scuffing or dirt or whatever, but it looks really nice. I really like this weapon. It looks really cool. Just the little sculpting details on the stock, and underneath here, this like notch here. It's really nicely done. And then you have his helmet, which is cool. Great paint apps here, all the various markings. We have the rebel symbol there. Okay. And you have this yellow clear plastic, which when you put the helmet on him, you can still see the eyes through the visor, which is neat. I'll show you that in a moment. And it's just really well done. Okay. And of course, it does fit on his head. And you know, there you go. So you squeeze it in, and you can see his eyes through there. You can see it. You know. I think it looks a little odd with like the pilot helmet and you know these clothings and you know the helmet looks a little odd. I'd rather, you know, if I was going to pose him with this, I'd just have him holding it, you know, put it in his hand and something like that. I don't think I would pose him with the helmet on. It just looks odd with, you know, this outfit and the helmet. I don't know, but it's cool that they put that in there. And let's get his gun in there. See, he holds it really well. Yeah, so that's good. We'll go over the articulation on this guy. Again, head's on a ball joint and moves left and right. Cannot move up and down a lot. In fact, very little. Just it won't move up, and that's all I can get moved down. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Arms move good. Ball joints move up like that and down, forward and back. Single joints at the elbows. Swivels there at the elbow. Moves it up a little bit more than the Stormtrooper, which is good. No bicep articulation, which I like when this. So that's a bummer that they didn't put that. Hands, they do swivel, and their hinge joints. Mine are really tight, but the joint is there. It's just really tight on mine. But that's all right. And you have that on both arms, of course. Now we get to it's not quite a waist articulation. It's like right above. This is where the cut is. So he moves left and right, and see you could hear it. Hopefully you could hear that on the camera. That the long jacket kind of hinders it, so it can't. You have to kind of push it a little. There's no real up and down motion. You know, it'd be nice, but yeah, it's okay. The legs, we have the legs. See, they move out just that much. That, again, hindered by the jacket. Legs kick forward and they kick back a decent amount, so that's pretty good. You can see we have double hinge joints at the knees, which is great, and great hinge joints at the ankles, and do have the ankle pivot. So great articulation for the most part. Like from the knee down is pretty good, and the arms is pretty good. It's just, again, the leg articulation is hindered by the jacket. Oh, and you also, we don't have the bicep swivel. We do have the upper thigh swivel. That is good. So again, not the best articulation, but not the worst either. I've seen a lot better. Overall, still pretty good figure. Okay. So, that's pretty much all we could say about Poe and the Riot Control Trooper. It's a really good pack. I think it's worth, maybe we might have trouble finding the other Poe Dameron when he's released, so at least you can get this if you want a Poe in your collection. Maybe you don't want the pilot, and so we have the option of pilot Poe, or we get this one. The Riot Control, again, if you have the regular First Order Trooper, you know what to expect with this guy. Articulation-wise, it's exactly the same figure, just with the extra accessories. And, again, with the extra accessories, gives you that option. You can decide on how you want to pose him. Maybe you don't want to use the shield and the club at all and just use him as a regular trooper. It's up to you. Again, it's Target exclusive, but from what I've seen, like I said, from my stores, my local stores have had this pack pretty well stocked, so hopefully it's not too hard to find. So I would definitely recommend it. I think the price, was around $40, $40 or $45. Somewhere in there, so not bad. I think I paid $40. So you figure $20 a figure, which is about normal. So I think it's a good pack. It's definitely worth picking up. Again, the note with the Poe, look for the paint on the face, the little facial scruff there, because I didn't look at that. I was just more concentrating on the Trooper, not so much on Poe, and didn't realize until I got home. But oh well. So there you go. Target exclusive Black Series 2-pack Poe Dameron and the First Order Riot Control Stormtrooper. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until my next video, please, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And until my next video, may the Force be with you.